Should relationships be easy or do they require work?
I think they require a bit of both.
Okay.
You didn't say, are they required to be easy? But I think it requires a bit of both. I think if you're in the right relationship, it can feel easy, but I think it's important to pay attention to the relationship. Like, you can't just not nurture it, right?
What do you mean by nurture?
I mean, like, you wake up every day and you choose your partner, right? Like, you choose to
Okay. Choose to
prioritize your partner, right? Like, you... No?
Listen, I'm trying to understand what choose or nurture means.
What's the definition of the words?
Right, like what do you mean by, so okay, I could only speak for myself. I wake up every day and I go about my day, right? Like I go about my day, but because I love you, wait, hold on, relax yourself.
I'm relaxed.
Because I love you, yeah, I take you into consideration, right? Like I take you into consideration. When I wake up earlier than you, like I get out the room sometimes I just stay in the room, make
Just
noise, it
sit
doesn't
next to
matter.
me and be a noisy.
But like, I guess from my perspective, like, it doesn't feel like I am doing anything special or making this extra effort. Let me make this extra effort. Like, it doesn't feel like that for me.
Right,
So,
because if you're in the right relationship, it almost comes naturally, right? So it's not work. I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, oh, relationship is work, you have to do this, you have to do that. I feel like if you're having to do those things, like consciously having to do those things, maybe that could be considered work. And I'm not going to say that's not the right relationship for you. I'm just saying, like, when you find your person, it doesn't feel like that. Because, like, previously on Melissa's life, in my relationships previous, it did feel like work. Like, it was always this constant, like, struggle and battle. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you did this and we have to talk about it and we have to communicate. And I don't mean to say that, like, in a joking way, but, like, it felt like work. Like, you have to
right, because
do these things, and it, like, takes all of this energy and effort.
But let me ask you this. In that communication that you were having in that relationship, did you have to pick the words that you said?
Oh,
like, were you able to speak freely, or
No,
did you have to pick? So that's
eggshells
the
all over the
work.
place, yeah.
So that's the problem. Well, not the problem, but that's the thing. That's the work. And to me, work is going to lead to resentment, because that means that you are having to put in this extra effort in order to make the other person comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, because you're doing that, you now have an expectation that this person is going to, whatever that might be, love you a certain way, behave a certain way, do certain things for you, whatever the case may be. And so to me, that just leads to resentment. Like, if it feels like work, then it really is work. Like, I'm building that thing for your office, right?
Did y'all see that video?
That could be, for somebody, that's their job. And every day they go to work and they're pissed off that they have to go and cut wood and potentially get splinters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to do it. I want to do it. So as a result, what technically would be work or should feel like work doesn't feel like work.
Right.
Therefore, there is no resentment. Like, I'm having fun doing it. If I'm finished with it and you decide, I don't like it, I don't want it in my office, that's fine. I'll put it in my garage. But again, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be like, oh, you should have been appreciative. I went through all of this to build something for you, and now you don't want it. Again, because if it felt like work while I was doing it, now I have an expectation that you're going to like it.
I think there's a lot of things that come into play with, like, when we're talking about whether or not it feels like work, like your love languages, like the way that you receive love and the way that I give love and I receive love, like, are they in line? And if they're not in line, like, then it could potentially feel like work. Or is it just something that we're naturally doing and the other person is recognizing and receiving that as love, right? And then so the relationship doesn't suffer in that way. There's also, so, like, love languages, and then I keep losing my train of thought.
Guys, I just want you to know, this is our third time trying to do it. We couldn't even get past the entrance, and then she lost her train of thought before. We had to do it over, so we are not doing it again.
No, we're not.
Wherever this train has gone, it is gone. Like, it's there. I suggest you find the stop that it got off on. All I'm saying is, I feel like, because, for me in the past, because relationships are supposed to be work, it made me stay longer than I had to stay or wanted to stay, because I felt like I know I didn't put in enough effort, right? Like I didn't do enough. So now I need to do more, and I need to try more. And in doing more and trying more, I just got more irritated with the person. Had I just left
Right.
on first inclination, then it would have been fine, right? But now instead, I'm putting in this effort, and it doesn't feel like the other person is being appreciative of it, leading to resentment. And so for me, if I'm in a relationship and whatever I am doing to keep the relationship going feels like work, it's probably not going to be the one for me.
Right. I do feel like you still need to pick your person though, right? Like every day. And I'll use our business as an example. So like when we started the business, and when Kira does something, she does it. She goes hard. Everything else is non-existent, and she is like super hyper focused, right? Which isn't necessarily a bad trait, but it does cause an issue with balance. And so I was like, hey, I need to spend some time with you. Like, I miss you, right? And so I feel like the ability to communicate where we are, what we're feeling, and how that's happening is really important. And then also you deciding, and that's what I mean by deciding to choose me. She was like, okay, well, let's do this. And we came up with a whole like Sunday plan, right? Sunday is my day. I can do whatever I want. 10 out of 10, guys, highly recommend. But it's my day, and we just hang out for the whole day. Like it's our quality time for the whole day. It's kind of like a date day every Sunday, because we work crazy hours, and like that's the day that worked for us.
But that doesn't feel
it doesn't
like
feel like work, but it was a conscious decision. And so that's kind of what I mean. And so like when we get into the definitions of things, like that's sort of what I mean by you still have to nurture the relationship, and you prioritizing our relationship in a situation where things seemed a little off kilter, a little off balance as it relates to like your time, and the time focused on the relationship specifically, like it makes a difference. And you still had to say, hey, this is the resolution to the issue that I'm being presented with in my relationship. You still have to make that decision, right? Like it didn't, while it doesn't feel like work, it's still
right. Look, that's a good example, because I usually, when people say things like, you have to choose, I'm like, but what does that really mean? Like you have to choose,
right?
Like and okay, so that makes sense.
That's
and
what I mean.
and yes, right, I do go all in, and she did bring it to my attention, and that was not my intent, right? I did explain to her. But I think that the reason why we were able to find resolution, the reason why it didn't feel like work, is because, one, I love her and I want her to be happy. So, I mean, that there goes.
Love you.
Oh gosh. Okay, so there goes that. So check that box.
Without the two.
And then it's finding that balance. But if she never communicated to me that this is the way how she felt, because in my head everything was fine. Everything was going great,
because you're hyper focused,
right? Because business is going
and
great,
it's for the benefit of the relationship also,
right?
Which I think.
And so, but because we have a relationship where each person is comfortable to tell the other how they feel and to tell the other the truth, even if it hurts.
That's a video for next time.
So, question: should a relationship be easy?
Or should it be work?
Or should it be work?
What do you guys think?